What's up, peoples? Boy, there is so much I could talk about today. First off, here in Ohio, where I'm at, old Governor DeWine, what the fuck is this? Old Governor DeWine decided that it will be mandatory to wear masks in counties that are in yellow, the big spike. If you're out in public at the store, blah blah blah. You have to wear a mask now. 7 counties in Ohio have to wear masks. I don't live in one of those counties, but I work in a lot of those counties. I have to go to those counties, so I guess I'll have to be wearing a mask. I mean, we have them. I have them because of work. I go into a lot of retirement homes and such. But it's not for you, it's for the people around you or something. I don't know. A month from now, they'll change it. Things keep changing, blah, blah, blah. So, I think a lot of this shit that's going on right now with this pandemic, a lot of it's in our head. Like if you watch the last video where I was, ranting about the shit going on at Walmart with the walk this way, shop this way bullshit, passing people, right? Now we gotta wear masks, whatever. And then when you go to some places, right? Okay, so if I go to McDonald's, right, and I go through the drive-thru at McDonald's, they take my money. Maybe if I'm paying with my card, they'll hand the card machine out and I'll do it, and then they'll say, take your card. They don't touch my card or whatever. But if I'm paying with money, they'll take my money and they'll hand me my change. And when I go up and I get the food, they'll hand me the food out the window. Cool. If I'm real worried about shit, or if you're a person who's worried and scared all the time, maybe you got your mask on. Sanitize right afterwards, I guess. I don't know. But then you go to Burger King or Taco Bell, right? And people, I've heard more than one person say, oh, I don't go to McDonald's because it's not contactless. What? Well, Burger King, they don't touch your stuff. You shitting me? I went to Burger King yesterday, right? So what's the lady do? She takes my order. When I go to hand her my money, she holds this clear plastic container out. I drop the money in the container. She takes it in the window. She takes the money out. What's it been? Half a second? 2 seconds at the most? Like a second or two? Right? She takes the money out. She counts out my change, sticks it in that little container, sticks it out the window. I take the change. You telling me if there was a virus on that change, that it's going to die in a second? In a second. And the time it takes her to count out the money, put it in the little thing and stick it out the window and me grab it, the virus is dead? Right? Then, when you get your food, right? This is what they do. They make the food inside. They put the food in the bag, right? It's not a machine making the food. It's not a machine putting the food in the bag, right? They put the food in the bag, right? They close up the bag. They seal up the bag. They set it in that little container. They stick it out the window. You take it. It's all been contacted. What's the difference if she's got one side of the bag and I grab the other side of the bag that she's not touching? Then if she puts in that little container and hands it out the window and I take it, what's the difference? A second that she wasn't touching it? This is all in people's fucking heads, man. Like, if people thought shit through, they would see that, like, oh, this is all in my head. I'm not saying the virus is all in your head or people getting sick is all in your head. But even that, if you look at the numbers, look at the national numbers. Over 2 million people have the virus. Out of what, 10 million people, 11, 12 million people that have been tested? 2 million people have the virus. Over 2 million, like 2.5 million maybe, right? Have tested positive for it. 130,000 have died. Across the entire country. What is that? 1.3% or something? Like, and out of all those people, I wish they would show you, like, oh, there's 2.5 million tested that tested positive. Out of those 2.5 million, 2.2 million had no symptoms. The rest of people had symptoms. Out of those 0.3 million that had symptoms, you know, however many, 600,000 had severe symptoms. So the other 140,000 barely had symptoms or mild symptoms, right? Out of those 600,000, 100,000 people died. Like, I mean, you look at that big fat number and you get worried, oh shit, look at all these people that have died. But think about the millions of people that live in this country. I feel if you died or somebody you know died, I feel really bad for you. I do. It always sucks when people die. People die every day. My old lady just lost her grandma a week ago, 2 weeks ago. Just lost her grandma. Her grandpa's in the hospital right now. Like, he's, like, it's a fact of life, right? So I'm not saying, like, but all this, like, oh, I go to this place because they do this, or I go to that place and they do this. It's all in your head. They do whatever they think looks right. Whatever they think is going to make you feel safe. Because as long as you feel safe, everything's okay. When you look at, like, the people in New York, right? Once, like, the herd immunity started getting through, right? And all the people that had it and shit. And then what happened after that? All the people that were at home that wasn't going out, whose immune systems were low, they started getting it. Those numbers went up. If you're going to get it, you're going to get it. It's like, let's keep sticking our fingers in the dam. You know what I mean? Just the inevitable. Like, unless they come out with a vaccination or like some kind of medicine that makes it go away, it's just keep poking holes in the dam, right? Just keep sticking your finger in all the holes to keep the whole dam together before it just, and that's really all we're doing. Because if they don't come out with a vaccination or they don't come out with some medicines that are going to cure people as they get sick, then eventually herd immunity is the only thing that's going to stop it. If you don't know what that is, Google it. Look it up. You know what I mean? And then let's go. I'm not trying to make this a real long video. And if you go back and watch my very first video I ever put on this channel, it's an intro to the video. And it says, like, if I piss you off or you don't like what I have to say, I really don't care. I don't. I've pissed people off my whole life. Ask my friends. Ask my family. Like, I always just kind of say what's on my mind, and if you don't like it, too bad. I sleep well at night. Because this is what you get. What if everybody was like that? Everybody just said what they meant, and meant what they said. Okay, you're going to have issues where you have to go back, and you're going to say, you know what, I said it last year, or a month ago, but I was wrong. You can be wrong. It's okay. But then you have to admit that you was wrong. This thing that we're doing today in society, where you go back because somebody said something 15 years ago and now they're going to lose their job for it? Well, people can't grow? Like, that's a part of life, is it not? Like, oh, this guy was alive in the 70s and wore blackface at a party, so now we're going to... It's 2020. It's 50 years ago. Well, you don't think that dude was, what, 20 when he did that? Now he's 70? Let's railroad him? Like, get the fuck out of here, man. People grow. You learn from your mistakes. That's a part of life, is it not? Like, you learn from your mistakes and you move on. Destroying the past doesn't fix the future, which is a lot is going on right now, right? They want to change names to sports teams. They want to tear down monuments, national monuments. They want to change all this stuff for political correctness, right? Destroying things from the past doesn't make a brighter future. Learning things from the past make a brighter future. You can't spend all this energy on trying to destroy shit that happened a long time ago, or fix shit that happened a long time ago. Because fixing shit that happened 40, 50, 100 years ago doesn't fix today. You have to fix today to make a brighter future. spending all this time and energy tearing down these national monuments that they're just gonna fix, or making teams change their sports names, like the Washington Redskins. I'm Native American. If you don't believe me, I have a plaque. I have paperwork that says I'm part of the Hopi Indian tribe of Arizona, right? I've been to the reservation. I mean, I was a little kid. I was born and raised in Ohio. The reservation's in Arizona. But I'm Native American. My kids are Native American. My mom, look at me, man. If you see my mom, you'd be like, that lady is like a chubby Pocahontas or something. You know what I mean? My grandma, 100% full-blood Native American. Born and raised on the reservation. Still speaks our language. I can't speak any of it. This shit, it doesn't, I don't understand the issue with it, I guess. I'm Native American, I don't see the problem. I understand why the Indians got rid of Chief Wahoo, but why change their name? Like, pretty soon my people's probably going to be completely dead, or just a bunch of half-breeds like me, you know what I mean? I don't know. You cannot bury the past to fix the future. You can't. And it's not how shit works. You make mistakes, you learn from them, you move forward. As a country, as a state, as an individual, you can change policies to fix shit, but you can't overdo it. And that's kind of what I think is going on now, right? Like, you can't defund police. You just got to train them better. You can't. Everybody hates the cops till they need them. You know what I mean? Where's the cop when you need one? If I'm running a red light, they're right there, but somebody's robbing me, I don't know where they're at, right? I've made mistakes in the past. I've been arrested. I've been face down on the side of the highway with a knee in my face getting handcuffed. I've been there. It's not one of my proudest moments, and I don't hate the cops. They got a fucking job to do, just like me and just like you. They got a job to do. Yeah, there's some bad ones that overstep their bounds and do a shitty job and that are corrupt. 1 out of 100 doesn't mean the other 99 are the exact same way. I don't know. I gotta go. But I'll be back. You can count on that. Remember, be good to yourself and each other. Have goals. Strive for those goals. And make yourself a better person. I'll see you.